students. I'm your faculty of English, Department of Language, Literature and Society, Jaipur National University. Today, we are going to learn PA Honors first semester, paper 102, Modern English Uses and Languages, in which we have some specific objectives to learn under this paper. As I have already discussed in my previous video, that we will learn about something in grammatical terms as well as practical use of English. Here, the first objective of learning this chapter is to familiarize the students with the grammatical structures and their applications in written and spoken communication, to develop the ability to analyze and appreciate a literary text. Today's topic is syntax. Although this this lecture is only introductory lecture for this topic, because syntax it consists of whole grammar. When we talk about sentence structure, as we have already discussed a few patterns of sentences. Now I would like to tell something about syntax. What is syntax? Under this title, we will learn what is syntax, parts of speech, phrases, constituents, phrase structure and rules, phrase structure rules, and ambiguity, characteristics of phrase structure rules. Actually, syntax deals with the sentence patterns, grammatical patterns. So this is not just a very short topic which can be concluded in one lecture. Although I'll give brief introduction of this topic in this short video. What is syntax? Syntax actually the part of linguistics that studies sentence structure. Under this title, syntax, we will study sentence structure as well as grammatical patterns. Suppose even word order as well. What is word order? When we learn about word order, I want these books. For example, the sentence is I want these books. Can I say like this? Want these books I? No. We are following a specific pattern. We cannot say even like this, books I want these. We cannot say. So this is a pattern which is being followed by all the learners of this language. And somewhere we are lacking in this pattern. Maybe some minor ways or some major ways. What we lack, whenever we lack to identify this mistake, or to identify this minor shortcoming, we have to go through syntax. So another part of the syntax is agreement. What kind of agreement? Subject and verb agreement. Why this subject and verb agreement matters? Because actually there is a rule in English. Like for example, when we have noun, we add s to make it plural. Suppose if I have to say mango, then I'll add s and I'll say mangoes. Now, if I say about mangoes, so I'll add s in the mango. What will happen in the verb? When we study verb, then there is a pattern in whenever we add s or es in the verbs, it becomes singular. There is a vice versa case in noun and verb. That's why whenever we are using, I know you have been habitual of translating sentences of present indefinite, because you have been studying these sentences when we were in 8th class. For example, when we translate I like mangoes, why we are putting these verbs with I is followed with like, not with s or es, and mangoes is we are adding s or es to make it plural, because all the verbs are in its plural form without s or es. That's why we add s or es to make it singular in the present indefinite tense. That's why with all singular noun, all singular subjects, we add s or es into the verb, because to make it plural, to make it singular, although it is plural. So these kinds of rules we study under the title syntax. Now, determiner and noun, there must be an agreement between determiner and noun. It often must agree. Why? For example, he wants this book. He wants this book. And he wants this book. I want these books. I want this books. Which one is wrong? If I say, what is determiner? Okay, before discussing the subject and verb agreement or determiner and noun agreement, first we have to go through about what is determiner. Determiner are those words that specify or quantify a noun. Earlier it was not studied under this title, but now we are discussing or we are studying nowadays. Under the title determiner, we are studying adjectives, quantifiers. We are studying, demonstrative adjectives. Demonstrative means this, that, these, those. These adjectives are called demonstrative adjectives. Grammar is interconnected. Whenever we study grammar, so suppose if we are learning a topic, so it is interconnected with each other. Here we can see, suppose determiner and noun. So first you have to be familiar about determiners. Yes, I'm telling you. Suppose if I say I want these books, these is the determiner here, and books. Now these is agreeing with the number of books. It means because books are plural word, and these is also for the plural words. I cannot say like this, I want this books. So this pattern or this this agreement is called determiner must agree with noun. Because if we miss it, then we will miss the flow of the sentence, we will miss somewhere the meaning. So this is called the agreement, subject and verb agreement, and determiner and noun agreement. Subject and verb agreement, I told you, one verb must agree with the number of subject. Suppose in present indefinite tense also we do this. We always add s or es in the verb whenever we are using present indefinite tense with he, she, it. Singular noun. In negative also we do does not and do not. What is that does and do? Do is the plural word. That's why with singular subjects we add s or we add es. We do it. She does her work, or she does not like that work. So we did to fulfill this agreement, subject verb agreement, we put es in the verb. So this pattern is being followed. Somewhere we miss it. For example, other title under the syntax. So syntax consists of whole grammar. I just discussed with it. Suppose cases. I give Mary a book. Simple. I see Mary a book. I see her. I see she. Can we say like this? No. Keys must be specified. Keys must be correct. How I'm saying it? Because whenever we study pronoun under the title, personal pronoun, what happens? There are two cases, subjective and objective. In subjective case, what happens? He, she, it, they, we, I, you. These are the words. Under the objective case, objective use of these words. Suppose for I, objective case is me. For she, objective case is hers. For he, objective case is him. So we cannot, miss this pattern somewhere. If we miss it, we make mistakes. We commit mistakes. How I'm saying it? We cannot say I want I have given in this PPT. I see her. We can say it is grammatically correct, but we cannot say I see she. That's the point. Now the hierarchical structure means what modifies what. For example, if I say we need more intelligent leaders, or in other words, I say we need more of intelligent leaders. In other words, if I say we need leaders that are more intelligent. So there's an order of each word, whether it is adjective, whether it is a noun, pronoun. So these parts of speech must be at their respective places. This is not wherever any way we like the words and we will put and the sense will be completed. Any sentence. Syntax is not about the meaning. Sentence can have no sense but still be grammatically correct. How it is possible? A sentence can be grammatically correct but have no sense. So, like colorless green idea sleep furiously. Colorless green ideas sleep furiously. If I say this, sense is not there. There is no sense. This is nonsense. This sentence is nonsense but grammatically correct. Why it is grammatically correct? Can you guess? Yes, it is grammatically correct because colorless green ideas, subject in place of subject, verb in place of verb, adverb in place of adverb. So each part of a speech has been fixed, has been put very specifically, and there is no flaw in it. That's why this is grammatically correct. But if I talk about sense-wise, there is no sense in it. This is senseless. Why? And if I talk about classes of the words, we have to learn classes of the words as well under the syntax. Although these are very basic rules of syntax, if we go through these rules thoroughly, so we need more time for it. It is not a topic of one lecture. Let me introduce something specific about this. Suppose we discuss or we deal with open class words and closed class words. Like it is given open versus closed classes. What is this open class word and what is this closed classes or closed class words? Actually, open class, why it is called open class? Because new items are added to the class over the time. For example, nouns. Nouns can be added. New nouns can be added in this category. Verbs also can be added in this category. Adjectives also can be added in this category, and adverbs. So this category can adopt newer words. That's why this category is called open class. Why this category can adopt new words? Because it's very broad. If I talk about noun, so noun has it has many parts in itself. Noun has a material noun, it has collective noun, it has proper noun, common noun, and although before this it is divided into two parts, which is concrete and abstract noun. In concrete noun, nouns which can be touched and seen, and abstract noun, the ideas, thoughts, straight. So it has very broad perspective to adopt. That's why new words are added in it. Maybe an equality. If I talk about bravery, if I talk about fear, if I talk about weakness, so these type of words are these are abstract nouns actually. So these type of words can be added time to time. But if I talk about closed class of words, it is very rarely added. They are very rarely added new words. Suppose closed class contains small number of words. New items are added very rarely. In this class, what kind of words are added, or what are the category of the words under closed class word? Categories, determiners, pronouns, prepositions, conjunctions. If I talk about determiners, under the title determiners, few quantifiers. Suppose if I talk about articles, because under the title determiners we studied articles as well, a, an, and the, or the, before it is used, if it is used before the vowel sound. There is a difference between pronunciation as well. The, the, we use it or we pronounce it the when it is used before a consonant sound. It is the. But when it is used before a vowel sound, it is the. So no new word has been added from last decades. I have never seen any new word added in the title article. A, an, and the or the. Only these three words are there. No new word has been added in this category. But in nouns, a lot of words has been added. And noun and verbs, adjectives, adverbs, so many words has been added during past decade. So that's why this close class word is called close, because this is close for new words. Rarely some words have been added. Our second one, if I talk about pronouns, in pronouns also, he, she, it, may, you, they, we. These are the words. And apart from these words, no new word has been added in it. So that's why this class of words is called closed class of words. Now come to the prepositions. Prepositions are also specific. Although some corrections have been made time to time, because few prepositions are also used in the adverb as well, and somewhere they are prepositions. Conjunctions. What are conjunctions? Conjunctions are also used to combine two ideas, two thoughts, two sentences, two clauses. So this way, this class of words is called closed class of words. Actually, this whole topic, the syntax, deals with grammatical use. A sentence may have grammatical sense, may have a grammatical correct pattern, but may be nonsense. There may be no meaning of it. There may be incomplete meaning of it. For example, if I ask you a very common sentence, we cannot compare it in Hindi, because we translate Hindi to English on the basis of sense, not on the basis of lexical meaning. If you go to the lexical meaning, then how it will work? If I ask you to lexical transformation of Hindi to English, if I ask you a sentence, मुझे चक्कर आ रहे हैं. If I say this, मुझे चक्कर आ रहे हैं, I cannot translate into English is like for chakkars, if I use round or circles, so it will be very funny. The circles are coming to me or rounds are coming to me. It will be funny, funniest sentence. Grammatically it may be correct, but sense there is no sense. This is nonsense. So this pattern, grammatical pattern, we will learn under the title syntax. Grammatical rules, structure, ambiguity. More and more we will learn about the sense of the sentence that will come under the title coherence and cohesion. We will learn coherence and cohesion in the next video. And this title syntax, this was just an introductory lecture over the syntax. I hope this have easily enhanced your knowledge about syntax, and more we will discuss in our coming lectures. Till then, be safe, keep learning, keep enjoying. Thank you.